In today's video, let's take a quick dip in these haunting swimming pools, perhaps have a relaxing swim on the edge of a 100-meter high waterfall, then find yourself in a dystopian city of horror underwater, and then see what it's like to be right beside a giant crocodile while it's eating. But first, let's find out why these people are standing eerily at the bottom of this pool. Number 10. The Swimming Pool, Kanazawa Museum of Contemporary Art. Avid art enthusiasts enjoy visiting places such as the 21st Century Museum of Contemporary Art in Kanazawa, Japan. And indeed, what a place it is with its numerous amazing installations. But for some people who have never heard of the famous installations in the museum, they'll be getting the shock of their lives when they lean over and peek into this ordinary-looking pool and see groups of people just standing around at the very bottom. Argentinian artist Leandro Ehrlich created this installation called the Swimming Pool, and only recently did it become a permanent installation in the museum. So what's the deal with the people standing in the pool without looking remotely scathed? A sheet of thick glass is placed just 10 centimeters below the shallow water, leaving the rest of the pool's interior completely empty. It's no surprise why so many people flock to this location upon hearing about it, prepared with their cameras and phones to get the coolest underwater shots they can get. The experience of peering down to see people under the water is just as cool as being inside the pool and looking up to see blurry figures above the water. Number 9. Nemo 33. Central Europeans find it quite difficult to have summer paradise fun at beaches when they're mostly surrounded by thousands of kilometers of land. Most of the time, they'll have to spend an insane amount of money to get anywhere near the best beaches and diving spots in the world. And that's why diver and traveling enthusiast John Biernertz thought up the idea of bringing the diving experience closer for Europeans. He designed this massive training pool that helps prepare amateur and even seasoned divers, and it even mimics the conditions and water pressure of real-life ocean diving. Though he does admit that diving in this pool won't compare to the real thing, it is definitely a surefire way to instill the love of diving to everyone too afraid to try and venture out. Nemo 33 reaches over 113 feet down, making it one of the deepest indoor swimming pools in the world. It includes simulated cave systems, underwater cliffs, and a 33-meter pit. Safety rules are still strictly implemented even though this is not a real blue lagoon, because diving problems like decompression is still a common concern. If you've got 25 euros to spare, head on over to Belgium and experience ocean diving without breaking the bank. Number 8. Golden Nugget Shark Pool, Las Vegas, home to probably the world's largest assortment of gambling, shopping, entertainment, and nightlife. It's hard to imagine that a desert of all places could achieve this level of international rapport. But what's even harder to imagine is seeing a 200,000-gallon shark aquarium in the middle of a swimming pool located in the heart of downtown Las Vegas. They did say you could do anything in Vegas, and they try to stay true to that. Listed several times in the past as the most extreme pool in the world, it hosts 5 different species of sharks in the tank. But that alone isn't thrilling enough, because they created a massive water slide that runs through the center of the shark tank. You're well protected by the thick glass walls, but just be ready to come face to face with a shark when passing through. The Golden Nugget Hotel that hosts this Vegas landmark also offers special Shark Tank tours, so you can learn more about the animals up close and personal. They boast a special team of marine biologists who keep the sharks in top health and maintain aquarium safety. Even though there are various other fishes mixed in the tank, the sharks are kept very well fed to avoid any missing residents. Number 7. Haunted Queen Mary Ship Pool. Like most places with deep-rooted histories of tragedy and mystery, the Queen Mary makes its mark as one of the most haunted places in America. Previously a ship, it had been converted into a hotel that is permanently docked in Long Beach, California. From a distance before boarding, the scenic sight will fool you of what's to come. If you're up to looking for a paranormal thrill or hoping for some ghost investigations, the ship is sure to offer that kind of experience. Guides will give you a brief history of the ship and will be sure to direct you to all the different places in the ship where most paranormal encounters have happened, and one of the most famous locations would be the now abandoned swimming pool. Once the epitome of luxury, it had illuminated fountains, pearl-crested ceilings, and extravagant tile work. But due to California's laws, the pool can no longer be used for its intended purpose. What a shame. But even though it's no longer filled with water, it doesn't stop visitors from checking out the area. Guests have reported seeing a young woman in a tennis skirt walking down the stairs next to the pool, disappearing before she reaches the bottom. There is also the notorious little girl in a blue and white dress, whose cries could be heard echoing from inside the pool. People have also recorded the sounds of humming and crying when there are no children listed to be inside the ship during the time. Creepy. Number 6. London Sky Pool. People afraid of swimming in the deep, unknown waters of the ocean find swimming pools as their only form of solace for some summertime fun. But who knew it could also bring out a new form of fear? Built 35 meters high in the air, this transparent swimming pool bridges 2 buildings together in the Embassy Gardens, London. It was designed to give people a sense of fun and experience a swim like no other. But let's just say, swimming with nothing but glass underneath and an extremely high drop is not everyone's cup of tea. Initially, they had even planned to make it even more transparent and almost invisible against the skyline, but obvious safety concerns needed to be prioritized. The pool spans 15 meters to swim to the other side, which is definitely not going to be a quick dip for any regular person. Well, if acrylic glass can keep a shark tank secure in aquariums, the idea was to find out if that safety could work out for a swimming pool of people 10 stories high. And since it's up and running with frequent visitors, perhaps the idea wasn't too far-fetched. So if you're one to overcome your fear of swimming and being in high places at the same time, this might be the place for you. Number 5. Crocosaurus Cove. In the quiet city of Darwin, Australia, people describe the place to be slow-paced, relaxed, and generally friendly. But it's a little hard to talk about Darwin when in the center of it all is Australia's Crocosaurus Cove with the crocodile cage of death. Let's be honest, no one wakes up one day and decides that they want to swim face-to-face with a 5-meter saltwater crocodile. With a 3.1-ton bite force, this living dinosaur weighs 1,750 pounds and can snap its mouth with a strength 12 times more than a great white shark. So, being this close to them with only plexiglass keeping you safe, calling it a thrilling time is an understatement. The staff also have a habit of feeding the crocodile with large chunks of meat while you're inside the pool, so it gives you full notice that this crocodile is hungry. If your heart is too faint for this pool experience, you can opt to visit the zoo, keeping a respectable distance away from danger. But if you do have plans to experience the Cage of Death, make sure to book in advance because slots are quite limited daily. Number 4. Odisseo Casino. The Odisseo Casino swimming pool may not be the longest pool, nor is it the highest or deepest pool around, but it still makes a mark as being the longest overhanging pool in Europe. And when we say overhanging, we mean it as the pool juts out 65 feet on either side of the building. If that doesn't sound too safe, wait until finding out about how there are no extra supports underneath the overhanging part of the pool. The design includes a transparent glass hole on the edge of the pool's floor that gives you an instant view of the city below. But not to worry, as the way the pool was architecturally designed, the center of mass of the pool keeps it balanced and secure even without additional supports on the sides. Murcia, Spain, where the Odisseo is located, is quite small but full of rich history and heritage. If you love to visit a city of wonders and are also down to have a heart-racing swim, then you can definitely add this to the bucket list. Number 3. Devil's Pool. Thousands of years of erosion created what we know today as Victoria Falls in Zambia, which houses the world's famous Devil's Pool. It's located at the very edge of the top of a waterfall that offers a spectacular view. Just avoid looking down the 100-meter drop just inches away. It may be called the Devil's Pool, but it is still the most beautiful and natural infinity pool you have ever seen. Over 500 million liters of water cascade down the waterfalls every single minute, so safety and security are not a joking matter when visiting. Only 24 people are allowed to be in the rock pools at a time for not only their own security, but also to allow the caretakers to preserve the area. Only one Zambian company has the exclusive operating license to conduct the tours here, and each guide is heavily trained on the proper safety processes. Due to these pricey and strict laws, illegal tour guides have been popping up here and there. But keep in mind that around 20 people have met their end here due to these illegal tours without properly trained guides. Getting a cheap and easy ticket into the pools could cost you your life, so always go through the correct channels and get yourself the best experience around. Number 2. Deep Dive Dubai. Dubai absolutely loves breaking world records. Not too long ago, they opened the tallest building in the world, and now they're in the works for the deepest swimming pool in the world. Deep Dive Dubai goes down a staggering 60 meters deep and uses over 14 million liters of fresh water, which is the volume of 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools. The facility is strictly invitation only at the moment, but will soon be opening to the public. One of the first lucky visitors to the pool is Dubai's own Crown Prince, who is also an experienced diver. Water temperature is kept at a steady 30 degrees Celsius inside the pool, no matter how deep you are. But this is a lot more than just a deep pool. It boasts an entire underwater utopia that gives you chilling dystopian vibes as you move around. Lighting and sounds are also working inside each of the themed areas and give the complete package of a horrific ambience. Over 56 cameras are installed all around the pool, so you can be sure that there are people keeping an eye out for you in case of any emergencies.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell,